Hello, everybody. As we can see from the Arizona Department of Health dashboard on August 5th, 2020, there were, make it bigger, actually it can't. So there were 1698 new cases reported, and there were 14,554 new tests reported that day. So if we want to find the positive rate, we're going to take 1698 and divide it by 14,554. Okay, now, thought I had it set up, but I don't. So I'm going to have to make a new tab here real quick. Okay, so what I'm going to do is set it up like this. I have one vertical line here, one vertical line here. And I'm going to put my 14,554 here. So let me get that set up. 14,554. Because that's my divisor. So 14,554. Okay, and then we had 1698. Okay, now that 1698, we're going to change it to 1702 with the bar over the 2. I'll explain that. Okay, so 1702, because I'm going to put a vinculum over the 2, so that represents 1700 minus 2. And now let's just put some 0.000. Okay? So our first step is to say, how many times does 14 go into 17? And we know the answer to that question is it goes in one time. And there's a remainder of 3. So I'm going to put that 3 right here. Okay? I'm going to put a minus. So I need to make an adjustment. This is my gross dividend. I need to make an adjustment. That first adjustment is 5 times 1, left flag digit, times the first quotient figure. That's just 5. We all know 30 minus 5 is 25. So my adjusted dividend is now 25. Okay? Great. So how many times is 14 going to 25? Once. And we have a good amount left over, which is fine because we have many adjustments to make. So I'm going to put a 1 over here. But we have more than 10 left over. We have 11 left over, okay? So remember, this means bar 2. So this is 110, and this is minus 2. So this whole thing is 108, okay? We need to make 2 adjustments now. It's going to follow a crisscross pattern. So it's going to have this, I'll do the work over here. We're going to take the 55 and the 11, and we're going to follow this pattern. So that times that plus that times that. So that's 5 and that's 5. So I'm going to put a 5 here, and I'm going to put a 5 here. Remember what I said, this is, or let's think of it this way, this is 110, so 110. So 110 minus 5 is 100, 100 minus 2 is 98. So my adjusted dividend is 98. Okay? Great. I made it worse. Okay. Great. Now, let's get rid of this. We already showed my work for that step. Now, so how many times does 14 go into 98? Now, we know the answer to that is 7, but I'm going to put a 6 because I need enough to be left over. If there's not enough left over, we're going to have a negative adjusted dividend. We don't want that. So I'm going to put 6 here. How many times? So 14 times 6 is 7 times 6 times 2, because 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 6 is 42. 42 times 2 is 84. 98 minus 84 is 14. So I have 14 left over. I need to make a triple adjustment now. And let me explain that step. So I'm going to take my 116 and the 554. And I'll show the work here. You're just going to follow this sort of pattern. If you think about it, it's just units, place value. 1 times 100, 100 times 1, 10 times 10. So it's all the place value. So 5 times, so I have 30, 4, and 5. So you can just put it all together like this. 30, 0, 4, and 0, 5. Okay, let's get rid of this now. Great. So 30 minus 4 minus 5. So this right here makes 110. Then I have 110 minus this whole thing makes 9. 110 minus 9 is 101. So I have 101 as my adjusted dividend. How many times does 14 go into 101? Again, I'm not going to say 7. It's going to be too little left over, so I'm going to say 6 again. So 14 times 6 is 84. So 17 is left over because 101 minus 84 is 17. I'm going to put a 17 here and make triple adjustment. So 1, 2, 3. So now I'm going to work with the 554 and the 166. So 5, 5, 4, and then 166. Just like that, okay? So 5 times 6 is 30. So I have 34 and then 30 again. So 30, 34, I can put it in any order I want. My adjusted dividend turns out to be, let's get rid of this. Sorry. My adjusted dividend turns out to be 170 minus this whole thing makes 60, 30, and 30. So I have, let's count it this way, 170, 140, 110, 110 minus 4 is 106. So my adjusted dividend figure is 106. How many times does 14 go into 106? The answer to that, I'm going to put a 6 again. So how much is left over? 14 times 6 is 84. So 84 plus, I have 22 left over. So now I'm going to work with I know that's bad luck and stuff, but we're going to work with these three numbers. So 5 times, so I have 30, 30, and then 24 if you do that cross pattern I told you about. So 30, 30, and then, sorry, let's just write it out here so there's no confusion. So I have 24, 30, and 30. So I'm going to put that here. 30, 30, and 24. So we're going to go one last step here. This right here is 190, then I get to 160, then I get to 140, then I get to 136. So now this time I'm going to say 8 because that's going to still be enough left over, okay? So let's do it this way. 7 times 8 is 56. 56 times 2 is 112. So then what's 136 minus 112? So you can just say what's 36 minus 12? So that's just 24, okay? So let's put another 0 here. I have 24 left over. I need to make a triple adjustment. So I'm going to work with these 3 now. Okay? So 5 times 8 is 40. Then I have, so 5 times 8, 5 times 6, and 4 times 6. So I have 40, 30, and 24. So I have 200, 170, 150. 150 minus 4 is 146. Great. How many times does 14 go into 146? Now we're ready to put 9 because that's going to be enough left over, okay? So 14 times 9 is, let's do it this way. I can just say 14 times 10 is 140, and then minus 10 is 130, and then minus 4 is 126. So it's going to leave a remainder of 20, okay? Now that should be enough places, so if you want to round it, the final answer is going to be 11.67%, okay? Let's take it to 3 places, but I just wanted to show you the process so we can go further. Okay, so this method is really good. This is a difficult problem for this method because we had a lot of adjustments to make, and when you have a lot of 5s and things like that, it's often pretty difficult. Okay, so good job. Keep practicing this method. You'll get a lot better at it. Okay. Good job.